Good morning, people. It's another late one. I say good morning. Well, it technically is still good morning, but it's 10 to 12. Busy day yesterday, overslept today. It is what it is. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to press that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to like and share, please. It's weird how I've been saying it in the last couple of videos, right? Subscribe, like and share. And I've noticed how the subscribers have gone up and the like and shares have gone up. So it's weird. It's almost like you've got to say it. I don't like saying it, right? I normally just put like the badges in the videos, but you've got to say it. So thank you for all those extra like and shares, and to all the new people that are subscribing. Much appreciated. Good day yesterday filming outside. I took the chair on the road. So Ring Wraps from Pep Talk UK helped me. We filmed outside York Hall, Bethnal Green, O2 Arena, not right outside O2 Arena, but O2 Arena in the background, Brick Lane, Tower of London, Tower Bridge, just something different, which was good. I feel like it can get a bit stale, just same location filming, so it was nice to get out. Those videos will be up today, or at least 2 of those videos will be up today. The rest will probably be up over the weekend. So shout out to Ring Wraps for the assistance in that. It was his idea. So I say his assistance, it was his idea. I was a bit, but when we got out there, I really enjoyed it. So thank you very much to him. All right, before we talk boxing, you guys can, if you want, just use a timestamp to skip forward. I'm only saying that because someone sent me a message the other day saying, Ade, why are you shouting out businesses? Get a life. Get a life. I'm shouting out these businesses. I'll tell you why. A, because obviously it's a tough time for small businesses. And B, because these guys are people that watch the channel. So it's not like these are random businesses that have heard what I'm doing and just sending in their shit. These are people that watch the channel. So they've been supporting me by watching it for a long period, right? Some of them a couple of years. So why not just support them back, right? Only takes me 10 seconds. All right, this one is from Bailey Jordan. And his business is vintage clothing and streetwear from the 90s. I like it. Dude, send me some shit, man. I like that a lot. Some of the stuff here look good. So that's Bailey Jordan. Give him a follow. Go and check out what he's got. I don't know about shipping and all that stuff, but I'm sure it will be there if you get in contact. So that's Bailey Jordan. Let's do one more. Ben Smith. So he's doing it for a friend of his called Millie, and she makes, I think it's handmade face masks. Let's have a quick read of it. From eco-friendly and sustainable materials. So, I mean, look, we all need a face mask right now, right? I've got a couple. Luckily, TalkSport gave me a few, especially if you're traveling. So check out that as well. I think I've got a couple of screenshots of, I think, is it the Etsy page? So check out that. What's the actual page called? Millie Makes. All right, let's talk some bloody boxing. What have we got? Let's start with the big news first. Roy Jones Jr. will take on Mike Tyson. Bloody hell. I was out yesterday and literally my phone started blowing up with, Annie, what, have you seen this? What do you think? My God, what? And I was like, what? Mike Tyson, Roy Jones. I was like, yeah, that was supposed to happen in 2003-04. No, it's happening now. I was like, what? Roy? I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say. Again, this fight was, well, it wasn't supposed to happen, but there were rumors that it was going to happen in late 2003, early 2004. Roy had just beaten John Ruiz, right, becoming WBA heavyweight champion. And there was some negotiation about him fighting Mike before he went back down to fight Tava. He probably would have beaten that Mike, you know. That was the Mike that had just been beaten by Lennox, had beat Clifford Etienne, but I mean, Clifford Etienne, no disrespect. And then he went on to lose to Danny Williams, right? Although Danny Williams is a big lad. I feel that Roy there was legit Roy, right? There was no gray area with that Roy Jones at that time. So that Roy Jones would have beaten Mike, and that would have been a massive fight, like money-wise. I don't know how big, because I think the Tyson thing had started to fade after he got beat by Lennox. It was almost a case of, right? But still, it would have been a big fight. So back then, I think I would have favoured Roy. Here we are now. I'm hearing it's an 8-rounder. When is it? September, October, or something like that. Pay-per-view. They're going to use bigger gloves, but no headgear. So this is, although this is an exhibition, this is a fight, right? This is a fight. I think the undercard is going to be sort of a crossover of MMA and boxing guys, which is, I mean, look, it's good for those MMA guys, right? I mean, those MMA guys are going to get a lot of exposure because this will do good numbers. I don't think it's going to do the numbers I was thinking it would have done. I think I done a video a couple of months ago saying if Mike Tyson fights now against someone legit, it will do crazy numbers. Roy isn't that guy I was thinking about. I was actually thinking about like a live dog. But look, good fight in it. It's a good little fun fight, man. Mike is looking crazy. I mean, I know we're seeing these little 30-second clips and 60-second clips and they look good, but people that are actually on the Mike Tyson ranch are actually saying, no, Mike's looking good. Mike's looking like legit. I mean, I don't know how legit they mean, but I mean, those clips aren't, basically, I don't think those clips are there to trick us. I think that's what they're getting at, that Mike is looking as good as those clips are showing, but for longer, right? Those little 5 seconds, 6 seconds all squashed together. No, they're saying Mike's looking good for like 4 or 5 minutes. I don't know, man. When did Roy last fight? I'm gonna guess and say 3 years ago. So look. Okay, yeah, 2018. Scott Sigmund. I mean, Roy's had, like, oh shit, what's going on here? Roy's had how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 fights in 5 years. Pretty damn good. I mean, I know look, his last fight was 2018, but Roy still looks in great shape. When I saw Roy, as soon as they announced this, I went and had a look at a couple of clips of Roy also hitting the pad. Roy still looks fast. Like, still looks legit, right? And there's no music. It's not sped up. That's just Roy speed. I don't know why I'm getting into who I favour, but if we're gonna go there, Roy. I think I favour Roy. I'm not, like, Roy's just semi-active, isn't he? Like, you know what I mean? Roy's a trainer as well, so he's always active. It's not just Chris Eubank Jr. He's got in that camp of his. He's got loads of fighters, so he's always staying active, always staying fit, looks sharp still. But obviously, Mike, I just want to see what Mike can do for a couple of rounds. If Mike knocks out Roy, which is not what am I saying here? It's not crazy thinking, right? I mean, Mike could knock out Roy. If Mike knocks out Roy, Mike ain't quitting. If you think that Mike's just going to have a knockout on his record over Roy Jones, he's going to say, yeah, I'm done, call it quits. You must be crazy. This Mike looks like he wants to continue and continue and continue. And he does look in fantastic shape. What do you guys think it will do pay-per-view wise? If it's at a reasonable price, I know America go crazy with the pay-per-views. So reasonable could be like $40. Yeah, $39.95. If it's at that, it might do anywhere between 500 and 750. Might even touch $1 million, you know, which is crazy, but it might. I mean, everyone's intrigued about this, right? I actually thought this was some sort of, I never thought Mike would get in the ring. Put it that way. I thought he was looking good and he was calling people out, and I thought, ain't happening. It's happening. And he's going to get paid, and Roy's going to get paid as well. I like the matchup. I like it way better than Evander Holyfield. I do. I like it way better than him fighting a live dog, someone like, they're calling out stupid names in the top 40. I do. Do I like it as much as Shannon the Cannon? It's on the same level as Shannon the Cannon. It's on the same level, but I don't know, man. I just hope they go through the right medicals. There's probably going to be no drug testing. Get out of the way. Let's get out of the way right now. There's going to be no drug testing. But as long as they do the right medicals, both of them are okay. hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. All right, let's see what else we can talk about. All right, more on this Mike Tyson stuff quickly. Mike Tyson opens as betting favourite over Roy Jones. I don't know. What do you guys think? Not sure. Not sure about that. I think we're getting way too excited about those clips, right? Another bit here, a little quote from Mike Tyson. I fight at one speed. Roy Jones will have to deal with it. I think Mike Tyson fights at one speed for one round. That's what I think this version of Mike Tyson will do. All right. I mean, has he had any sparring? I mean, has he actually, is it just the pads? Right? Or I don't know. We shall see. Who knows? What's this about RigondeauX? RigondeauX fears the top guys will avoid him at 118. I don't know, man, RigondeauX. Or is it RIGONDEAUX? I don't think the top guys will avoid him. I don't think he's feared like he was prior to the Loma fight, right? There definitely was fear then, no doubt. No doubt he was being avoided. 118 or 122. Now, at what, 40? He's clearly slowed down, right? Clearly, obviously. I don't think they're going to be avoiding him. I just don't think he has the pulling power. So it's not a money fight to fight RigondeauX. So what are you getting by fighting him, right? Are you ticking a box saying, oh, I fought RigondeauX, but I fought him at 40? There is nothing, there's no reason to fight RigondeauX. Let's just call him RigondeauX because I'm going to keep going back and forth with Rigondeaux. There's no reason to fight him. So if you're a top guy, he's not a top guy now anymore. Still very, very live, by the way, but it's not a top guy. So there is no reason to fight him. So I don't think they're going to avoid him through fear. They're going to avoid him through risk versus reward. And the reward just isn't there because it's not even a name to have on your resume that means much anymore. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's true. What else we got to talk about? Let's have a look at this. Frampton versus Vadanian. Who the hell is that? August 15th. Who the hell is this Carl Frampton opponent? I pride myself on knowing some stuff about boxing. Can't lie to you. Never, ever heard of this guy. Not even like, I heard of him. He fought. No, never. Let's have a look at him. Let's have a look. 21-1. That doesn't trick me. That doesn't trick me. Let's have a deep. Okay, from Armenia. Bloody hell, he's number 3 ranked in Armenia. Right. Who's over there? Let's have a look at his resume. Why is my laptop slow like this? What's going on? All right. Oh, God. He's not fought anyone. Oh, shocking. All right. So he fought Jonas Segu, who's 19-9. I actually know Jonas Segu, believe it or not. I commented on a couple of his fights in Africa. Tough as old boots, but can't box. Before that, 16-11. Before that, 3-0. Before that, 18-15. Oh my God, 4-2, 9-30, 2-17, 1-12. This isn't a good opponent. This is why you got to be very careful, like how they sell fights to us. And this probably isn't Carl's fault. I'm guessing this is opponent number 5, right? In terms of pull out, can't get in, coronavirus. That's probably what it is, by the way. But you got to be careful. Right? You just look initially and it's, oh, Carl's fighting a guy that only has 1 defeat. Then you got to look a bit deeper, people. I used to do this when I was young. I used to just not go a bit deeper into someone's record and see, okay, who have they fought? And you can look at who he's fought and it's embarrassing. That fight isn't going long at all. But Carl's got to stay busy, right? He's got to. At this stage, boxers, for me, are getting a bit of a pass in terms of who they can fight because of the coronavirus. Carl's got to stay busy, and fingers crossed the Jamel Herring fight just happens, right? I mean, look at Jamel Herring, for example. He was going to fight, was it Oquendo? And that fight got pulled because of Jamel Herring testing positive for COVID. So at least Carl's having a fight. At least he's getting his hands wrapped. at least he's going to the ring and someone's trying to beat him, Let's hope this guy does try. I think it's important he has a fight. What's this? Billy Joe Saunders fined $15,000 by the British Boxing Board of Control. Suspension removed. That fine, if you guys don't know, was, remember that thing when he was punching the bag and saying how men should treat their women or something if they get lippy during COVID, which, look, is awful, by the way, but that's Billy Joe, right? I mean, not trying to say that that should be accepted, because it shouldn't be, right? I mean, that's Billy Joe. The fine is a joke, and suspension being removed. I mean, what's the punishment here then? What's the punishment? Suspension being removed. He wasn't going to fight in that period anyway, and being fined 15 grand. That honestly is like me being fined 30 quid, right? Maybe even less. Billy Joe's obviously a millionaire. I don't know. Some of these ones, it's just like, what's the point in a fine? What else have we got here? Jamal Charlo saying knocking out Derevyanchenko would definitely deliver statement. It would. 100% it would. I mean, Jacobs couldn't do it. Golovkin couldn't do it. And both of those guys put him down. You know, so they dented him a little bit, but they couldn't get rid of him. And those guys can hit, right? I think we know that, especially GGG. So it would be a statement. I don't see that happening. He might get a flash knockdown, but I don't see him stopping him. But we'll see. Charlo can hit. I just don't think he can hit like those two. But sometimes it's not about the punch power, right? It's about the timing, and Charlo does have good timing. Anything else we got here? Yeah, this is a bit crazy, right? I spoke about this yesterday, and I spoke about this with Cynthia Conte of Ring Magazine yesterday as well, actually. Forgetting what day it is. Gervonta Davis, Leo Santa Cruz. Now, I think the fight's at 130. I think the fight's at super featherweight. Could be wrong. Might be at lightweight, but I think the fight's at super featherweight. But this isn't the issue. The issue is both of their belts will be on the line. That's normal, acceptable. 2 different weight belts. So Leo Santa Cruz has a 130-pound WBA belt, and Gervonta Davis has a WBA regular belt at 135 pounds. Both belts are going to be on the line. Explain that. Let me have a sip of coffee as you try to work that one out as much as I try to work it out. Yeah, that was cold. Explain it, peeps. I need answers. How does that make sense? How does that make any sense whatsoever? How does that make sense? Like, why? How can both belts be on the line? So if the fight is at 130, and I think I read that it's at 130, why is Leo Santa Cruz allowed to win a 135-pound belt? Why? It's just, what nonsense. What utter BS. Like, and the worst thing about that is that Leo Santa Cruz will then jump into the WBA rankings because he's got a belt, but has not fought, sorry, WBA lightweight rankings, if it is the way I think it is, the fight being at super feather, but he's not had a lightweight fight. So he'll be able to jump right in the rankings. Or at least I don't believe he's had a lightweight fight. Let's have a quick look. I don't think he has. Pretty sure he hasn't. Yeah, he's not. No, he's not had a lightweight. So this is crazy. This is crazy. And look, I don't want to take away from what I think is a good matchup. If it's at super feather, by the way. If it's at lightweight, then I'm not super keen on Santa Cruz's chances. But if it's at super feather, where Gervonta Davis has to squeeze down to that weight again, then I think it's a good matchup. But that makes absolutely no sense. But that is boxing. That is boxing. All right, what else have we got? Is there anything else to talk about? I think Virgil Ortiz is fighting Samuel Vargas tonight, right? I saw something where AJ was talking about Tyson Fury. And he says something about Tyson Fury has to fight champ after champ after champ to almost not gain his respect, but, you know, like, that's what he should be doing. I don't know where it is, though. Let's see if I can find the statement and then see if we can have a little conversation about it. 2 seconds, people. Just a bit more about this Mike Tyson thing as I try and find that statement. I've just read now that there are no judges, so the only way you win is by KO. No, I don't know. Like, how's this even being allowed? I don't know. Okay, this is what he said. This is Anthony Joshua, a statement from him says, I wonder what people see in Tyson Fury that's so intimidating. I think he hasn't been in the deep end enough. You don't just go there once or twice. Continuously prove it versus championship fighters. That's how you gain my respect. What do you guys think of that statement? Yay, nay? What do you think? Wrong? Right? I've always said that I want to see Tyson Fury kind of stay at that level. So not A level, D level, A level, D level, which is what I think he does, but A level, B, C, A, you know, like that. So I get what AJ's saying. Some people might say, but AJ's not for the A level guys, but it's consistent B, 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 B. A couple of C's in there as well. I'd rather that. No, I wouldn't rather that. I'd rather him fight AA, but I like that B, 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 C, C, B, not the drop off. Like Tom Schwartz, for example. Imagine AJ fighting Tom Schwartz. I've seen the stick that AJ is getting for fighting Pulev, even though that's a mandatory. Imagine AJ announcing, yeah, his next fight after Pulev is Tom Schwartz. Oh, I don't know. Last thing, this is very interesting. Obviously, the Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. fight is September 12th. Well, that day was supposed to be Canelo. Canelo versus question mark possibly being Callum Smith, was also September 12th. That's a head-to-head clash that I don't think Canelo would want to do right now. I think, like, let's be honest, people. If Canelo versus Callum Smith is on at the same time as Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr., where's your money going? Where's your eyeballs going? My eyeballs are going to Roy Jones Jr. versus Mike Tyson. That's crazy, right? How can it be, right? The pound-for-pound #1 is possibly fighting the ring-recognized #1 at super middleweight. Good clash. But Roy Jones Jr. versus Mike Tyson's got my eyeballs. So I do wonder if Canelo is going to have to move his date for a 53-year-old and a guy in Roy Jones Jr. that hasn't been Roy Jones Jr., the Roy Jones Jr., for like 15 years. That's crazy. That's crazy, but that's it. That's how it is right now. We're more interested in Roy and Mike than we are Canelo versus Callum Smith. Or are we?